The El Reno Municipal Airport has a rich history. It started out as a Mustang field, as a military field, and it's gone through many years of different degrees of serving the community. It's grown.
What most people don't understand is, when someone of political figurehead, whether it's be a state or the president, which like El Reno just saw last week, is, they don't come in on Highway 81, they come into your airport. And a good friend of mine said, the airport is the doorstep to your city.
What we need to do is create an atmosphere that's reasonably priced, that is within 20 minutes of Oklahoma City, that these companies that are coming in and have shown a great interest, the oil and gas industry that are now moving their offices to this area, can build a facility for themselves. So the investment that we're making will in turn help them to make a more economically sound decision to invest in our airfield.
We rent hangars, we fuel airplanes. On site we also have an AP shop, which is a airframe mechanical shop that does maintenance on airplanes. And then at the south end we've got Cimarron Aircraft, who strips and repaints airplanes.
We are at full capacity on hangars. We have no retail business, which comes from the fact that we need to advance at the airport. We need to improve at the airport in order to attract those aeronautical retail businesses, which we really want. We have great partnerships with the people that hangar with us. They have been a wonderful help to me and very patient as we tried to craft a plan.
The city's worked real well with me on putting this up. If you look at the reason that I came to El Reno was it's a really good facility. The airport's good, so I can fly my business airplanes and my personal airplanes on trips off of the paved runway. But also when I want to go fly the antique airplanes, or I want to go do some training on soft field and stuff like that, then it's got the grass strip out there, and that's the biggest asset. My name is Jerry Fletcher. I'm a pilot. Before I came back here, I was about 22 years overseas. I've been back in the United States about 5 years now. We get some of the older airplanes or some of the airplanes that need a little work done to them, and then we fix them and maintain them here. There's kind of a group of guys out here. Rick Jones, that owns Rick Jones GMC, and John Gurton, Mike A. Hearn, Maurice Sturgeon. There's 4 or 5 guys that we kind of use this as a base of the fly, kind of a hobby deal and also a work deal both.
My name's Rick Jones, and I'm a local businessman who owns a car dealership here in El Reno, and have been here 27 years, had a business here 27 years, and I've also been flying 27 years ago. About the time I bought the dealership was when I got my private pilot's license. Shortly after I had my license, I was renting planes, and there were three guys who owned a plane out here, and they were looking for a 4th partner and asked me to join in as a 4th partner. So shortly after that, I became a partner in the plane, and so we've been based here ever since. That particular plane we lost to a tornado about 7 or 8 years ago when the airport got hit by a tornado, but we've since repurchased one. The city's rebuilt all the hangars. Everything's in great shape out here after the tornado, and it's really been a great experience and a great facility.
When I came here, I was assigned the municipal airport as an entity that I would manage, and found very quickly through discussions with my mayor that was a discussion that we needed to have. The mayor and I saw that the airport needed some work. We also saw that there was a great love for the airport.
I'm John Gurton, and my full-time job is I'm a state trooper. I've been flying for over 20 years. I've flown with the Highway Patrol, and I'm also a corporate pilot and a flight instructor. And I come out to El Reno mainly just to hang out, to enjoy just hobby flying with Jerry. It's open to the public. We have, Jerry's been more gracious and have school kids came out here. We did presentations on aviation. I know I did one on aviation merit badge with the Boy Scouts. But it's good, and I see the city police come out here all the time. I don't know what the guy's name is. He must love aviation because he's out here all the time just watching us when we fly. But we encourage someone to come out here in their car. It's open to the public, and just to pull up in your car and watch the airplanes fly. But You know, it's an asset that the city sometimes doesn't see, kind of out of sight, out of mind type of deal. So we would encourage you to, to drive the 2 to 3 miles out here to see what's going on at the airport.
I then looked at the capital improvement plan, which was a 5-year capital improvement plan with the budget constraints that the city has had in relation to the airport itself. We began to realize that a 5-year capital improvement plan was not an accurate scope for the airport to do the things that we needed to do there and do the best that we could for the citizens and for the airport users. So began to talk with our engineers that administer our airport engineering for us, and we found that we needed to redefine the scope to a 20-year master plan. We were going into a year where our plan that we'd had before was going to expire, which would disqualify us from any type of granting. And as a small regional airport, we needed that funding. From that point forward, I then invited the FAA people from the Dallas area, as well as the Oklahoma Aeronautical group here in Oklahoma, to meet with Buddy and I at the airport. We had a long discussion about the needs of the airport. We had a long discussion about the inability to grow because of the conditions at the airport. They listened a lot closer than I thought they did, and they have become wonderful partners with the airport. We found very quickly that we had taxiways that were cracked. When it comes to safety standards, there are certain things that just can't happen at an airport. So we approached the Oklahoma Aeronautical Group and also the FAA about that, and next year we will enter into a $200,000 agreement with the Oklahoma Aeronautical Commission for crack sealing our adjacent taxiways, which when the aircrafts leave the runways, they have to be just as safe as the runway. So we'll do seal coat, we'll remark and re-asphalt certain areas, and once we complete the taxiway and correct those items there that are of substandard material and just to outlive their age, then that will free up $600,000 with FAA, which will be a rehabilitation grant for our aprons surrounding the fixed base operator there or the office at the airport.
The apron is basically a parking lot for airplanes. It's got places for airplanes to be parked and tied down so the wind doesn't affect their placement, and they can be left there for an extended period of time if the owner so desires.
The end game for the airport is to create an atmosphere and an environment that invites investment. We can hangar more aircrafts, we can sell more fuel, we can have more retail business at our original Mustang field, that we can just attract folks that do not want to fly into Oklahoma City airspace that would love to fly into Mustang Field, the El Reno Municipal Air Park there. We've been told that they would come if we had the hangar space, but due to the conditions that we're now addressing with grant funds, we have found that we eventually will be more competitive on fuel, we'll be more competitive on hangars, and we'll certainly offer the service that we're offering now, which is just outstanding service. I cannot say enough about Buddy Cam, my general manager. He saved my life at the airport. We have a strong aviation family at our airport and a rich tradition where everyone works together, and we want to link that with our strong community inside of El Reno and share those sales, share the restaurant experiences, share all of the facilities that the city of El Reno has worked so hard to cultivate, and share those things and invite those people back. Maybe they want to move here. Maybe they want to be a citizen because of what we're doing at our airport, because of what we've shown inside of our community that I have seen since I have been here. That's just a wonderful job the governing body did and Tony did to bring those things here. So we want to share those things, but we need to have a facility at our airport that's receptive to those people, that they say, wow. And that's what we want to create.